Hello, and thank you for joining me, Shanny Leigh, for this short little flow to open up the neck, shoulders, and upper back. I am currently in the Bahamas, working, or volunteering, I should say, with an organization called All Hands and Hearts, supporting the post-Dorian relief efforts. And we're on a little weekend break on another little island, and I had every intention of filming with the beautiful, beautiful blue water as a backdrop, but it's super windy today, so I found a different area, but I still hope that you can live vicariously through this beautiful place. And I just thank you again for joining me, and I will see you on the mat. So we'll get started in Sukhasana, easy seat or cross-legged seat. Doesn't matter which foot is in front of you. If you want, you can sit up on a bolster or on a pillow or blanket or something. We'll be mostly seated and close to the floor for this short little flow here. And once you find center, once you find a place that's comfortable, I encourage you to close your eyes. Start to draw attention to your breath. Maybe for the first time today, maybe you're just waking up, maybe you're taking a little lunch break. You can also do this mostly in a chair. So if you're at the office or someplace seated. Just do a little check-in here. How do you feel? I imagine if you're finding this video, it might be because you searched yoga for the neck and upper back. Maybe you didn't, maybe you just stumbled upon it. Just notice where maybe there are some pain points today and know that you don't have to push into them, just ease into them, letting your breath and gravity help you throughout this flow, create a little bit more space. We'll just take about 5 more rounds of breath here, centering ourselves. Shoulders melt away from the ears, sitting up nice and tall, starting to draw the belly button in, sitting down through the sit bones. Maybe you do a little emotional check as well. Just for 2 more rounds of breath here. Let's do 1 more round of breath. Big breath, the biggest one yet, and biggest exhale. Let it out. Sit up a little bit straighter if you've already started to slump. And then as you're ready on your next exhale, drop your left ear towards your left shoulder, creating a little bit of space in the neck. And then at the end of your next exhale, start to draw your chin down into your chest. Trying to release a little bit on each exhale. And then draw your right ear towards your right shoulder. One more round here. Eyes can be closed or open. And now start to create that same little half moon circle in the neck, side to side. Maybe 1 more round. Maybe you stay here, maybe you hang out on one side or the other if one side's more tight. Otherwise, you can bring your head back to center and maybe you look right or left. Just for 1 more moment here. Nice gentle opener for the neck. And then wherever you're at, bring your head back center and then start to lift your chin up into the sky and draw it back down. Inhale, chin draws up just 2 more. And draw it in. Last time, lift up. And bring your head back to center. Exhale. If your eyes are closed, start to slowly flutter them open. And on your next inhale, arms reach up into the sky. Big stretch, interlace the fingers, push the palms up. You can look up, you can look down. Whatever feels good. Maybe you smile. 1 more out of breath here. And then slowly let your fingers come back to the mat and take some shoulder rolls 3 times or 4 or 5, kind of however many you want in one direction, depending on how fast you're going. And then just do about the same amount going in the other direction. One more moment here. Once you ease it out, come back center and arms will lift up again. Inhale. And let's lean it towards the right. Exhale, right hand comes to the mat, left arm leans over again. You can gaze up, you can gaze down. Whatever feels good. One more round of breath. And then this top hand will come to the opposite ear. So left hand to right ear. Start to draw your left ear towards your left shoulder as you straighten up the torso. Now you can stay here, the right hand gently on the mat, or you can float it to create a little bit more space or stretch. One more moment here. Slowly release the head, and we'll do that all on the other side. Arms lift up again, and this time take it to the left. Your hand can be close, it can be far out. You can be leaning as much as you want, looking up, looking down, straight ahead, whatever feels better in the neck. Again, maybe you smile. One more round of breath here. And then this top hand, this right hand will come towards your left ear. Start to draw your right ear towards your right shoulder as you straighten the torso. And now your left hand can either float or stay on the mat. One more round of breath here. And then gently release the head, let it come back to neutral. Inhale, arms reach up, and now interlace the fingers again and bring them behind your head. Clasp it at the nape of the neck. Draw your belly button in, try to sit up nice and tall. And we're opening from the shoulders and the pecs and the upper back, not so much the low back. As you're ready, inhale, draw the elbows back, draw the shoulder blades together. Open your chest, and exhale, bring the elbows in as you tuck your chin. Twice more. Inhale, open, not so much from the low back as the upper. And exhale. Once more, inhale. And exhale. Maybe you hang out here. Maybe you kind of take it side to side. Last round of breath. And then arms lift up again, bigger reach. And now we'll stretch out the triceps. Bend the right elbow and start to draw it back. If you notice the hesitation, it's because I'm mirroring you and I'm doing the opposite of what you're doing. So it looks like we're doing the same thing. One more round of breath here. And then maybe you start to lean it towards the left. Last moment, and then bring it back up, arms stretch, and take it to the other side, bending the left elbow. Holding it with the right hand, drawing your elbow back. Continuing to breathe. And then maybe you lean towards the right. The last moment here. Bring it back up, arms reach up, and then bring your hands out to a T. Open as if you're giving the world a big hug. Exhale, draw it together. Give yourself a hug. Inhale, open just once more, crossing the other arm on top. Exhale. Inhale, open. And now take your right hand, cross it over, or your right arm, really, your whole arm and hand, cross it over and hook it with the left arm. Getting a nice shoulder stretch here. This one always reminds me of sports, like doing high school sports. Breathe into that, use your breath to kind of push into that limit, and exhale, use to release. Inhale, open up, and we'll take it to the other side, crossing left arm over the chest, hooking with the right. And maybe you notice how when you breathe in, you push into that space, and then exhale, release. Last round of breath here. Like I said, a lot of seated, just gentle movements. Inhale, open up again like you're gonna give the world a hug, and crossing right arm over left as if you're gonna give yourself a hug. Either grab your shoulders here and you'll be lifting and lowering like this, or if you know eagle arms as in your practice, bring your forearms together and find Garudasana, eagle arms. So either holding your shoulders or an eagle arm, Inhale, lift the elbows up either way. And exhale, tuck it in as far as you want to go. Inhale, lift. Again, trying to open from the shoulders and upper body more than the low back. Exhale. Last time, inhale, lift, lift, lift. And pull in. Inhale, come back center, open the arms, and we'll take it to the other side, crossing left over right. Again, holding your shoulders, bringing the forearms together, you choose. Inhale, elbows lift. Notice if one side's tighter than the other. This one is my tighter side. 2 days ago, I did a pretty good arm workout, so I'm really feeling this. Inhale. Probably should have done this yesterday or the day before, but better late than never. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold in. Inhale, bring it back center, open up. And last little thing on our seat here, lift the arms, stretch it up. And take it to a twist towards the right side. Left hand comes to your right knee, right hand comes behind, sit up nice and tall. Hold here. Gazing over your back shoulder. And again, keeping the belly button drawn in, spine is nice and straight. Maybe on each inhale, you sit up a little bit straighter, and on each exhale, you twist just a fraction more from the upper body. Last round of breath here. Slowly start to come back to center. Arms reach up as you breathe in. And take it to the other side as you breathe out. This time, right hand to left knee, left hand behind, gazing over your back shoulder. Again, noticing if one side's tighter than the other. And not that that's a judgment. It might be something in your anatomy. It might just be the way you work or the way you moved. Just knowing that maybe that side needs a little bit more love, but that doesn't mean you can negate the other side, right? So when you're getting a massage or something, just make sure you still work both sides. Last round of breath or stretching. And slowly come back to center. Maybe take one more moment. Kind of work something else out before we move from our seat. Big sigh out, and we'll transition to tabletop. Arms reach up, and if it works simply to put your hands down and roll forward, you can. Otherwise, find your way to Bar Manasana, tabletop pose. Take a second here, maybe sway side to side, on your hands and knees, lining the heel of the hand underneath the underneath the elbow and the shoulder, right? So it should all be in a straight line, knees underneath your hips. Maybe you release the neck, maybe you nod or shake. And if you were wondering about the shell and coconut on the mat, not only am I on a tropical island, but it's also super windy, so it's holding my mat down. But I also think it's a nice little decoration and a nice little touch. Last round of breath here. Sure, you needed that side note. And exhale, come back center. Doing some cows and cats to start to wake up a little bit in the whole upper body. As you breathe in, drop your belly, shine your chest forward, actively push into the mat. Maybe you gaze up. And exhale, tuck it in, arch the back. Cat pose. Inhale, cow, Vithilasana. Exhale, cat. Once more, inhale. Going nice and slow here. And exhale. Starting to bring it back center. Maybe walk your hands in slightly closer. Left hand stays. Inhale, right arm opens up. Nice big stretch. And then we'll take our hand underneath, thread the needle. Weave it off towards the left side. Drop right shoulder to the mat. Right ear to the mat. And now you can stay here. You can tiptoe your left hand out overhead towards the top of your mat if you want to get into the side body. You can also take your hand, lift up in there, turn the palm around, bend the elbow, and find a bind around your low back. Whatever feels better for you. Just one more round of breath. And then whatever you have, if anything, on an inhale, lift the arm up if it's not on the mat. Otherwise, exhale, stay where you are, hand comes to the mat, and then inhale, we'll all come back up into tabletop and take that to the other side. This time, right hand stays, Left arm opens, nice big stretch. Exhale, weave it underneath, off towards the right. So again, your right hand can stay. It can tiptoe forward. Ooh, I'm feeling that in my right arm. Otherwise, you can lift it up, turn the palm, bend the elbow, and find a bind. Whatever works better in your body. Maybe you smile. One more round of breath here. You can also just keep your hand right where it is and create space by pushing into the mat. If your hand is anywhere else besides your face, the right one, bring it back. And then we'll all inhale, lift back up into tabletop pose. And just last little thing here, we'll come onto our stomachs, going through Cobra and Balasana to get there. Start to widen your hands out, maybe walk them forward, and then shift your weight forward, drop your hips. Shine your chest. I know this is more low back, but you can also use it as a nice little neck stretch, maybe looking right or left. And then start to draw it in, maybe widen the knees as you take it back towards Balasana, Child's Pose. If you want to get into the shoulders even more, you can turn your thumbs up, pinkies down. Trying to release the head to the mat. Last round of breath here. And then we'll slowly come onto our stomach. In whatever way makes sense for you to do that. Make sure you have enough space to move your hands out into a T. And then bring your hands out to that T. Or if you don't, you can goal post the arms. Bring your forehead to the mat. Take a one round of breath here. And then start to press into your right hand so you can roll onto your left side. And maybe you just stack the legs. You can also bring your hand closer into your face. Or you can bend the knee and open it up. I don't have enough room to have a straight arm, so my left hand is goalpost right now, so I'm going to stay right here. The goalpost is a little bit more of an intense stretch. Breathing in here. If you can see it, I am joined by the local cottage chicken right now. I don't know if that's on camera. I kind of hope it is. Start to exhale. Come back onto your stomach. I think we named him John. Don't ask why. And then extend your right hand out. Bring your left hand in towards your chest. And now we'll roll onto the right side. So now you can stay here, you can bend your knees, you can keep them straight, you can bend the top knee and drop the left foot, that's what I want to say, the left foot on to the mat behind your right knee. And if you want to get even more extra, you can take your left hand and drape it over your low back. Taking one more moment here. And slowly release, come back onto your stomach. And this is where we will stay. So adjust as needed, ending in crocodile pose. Unless this isn't comfortable, you can always come into Shavasana. Otherwise, I like to create a little pillow with my hand and then lie one side of my face down. Maybe whatever side is tighter, you can switch. We'll take our last few moments here. With each exhale, you let gravity pull you closer to the mat. Just let yourself sink. I think so many times we're always, holding ourselves up, sucking things in, pulling things back. So just try to release everything here. And maybe if it's not physical, maybe it's emotional. For 3 more rounds of breath. Make this last one your biggest yet. And exhale, sigh it out. Now you're more than welcome to stay here to end class. If you like to come to a seat, you can start to roll onto one side, or just make your way there. It can be graceful or not. Maybe you bring your hands to your chest. I hope you feel a little more loose in the upper body. Again, thank you for joining me for this little flow. And the light in me loves and honors the light in you. Namaste.